Hey,
E.T.
I'm Jalen.
And I'm Josh.
We got married!
I was very happy once I saw him.
I wouldn't trade what we're doing for anything because I would have never met Pat had we not gone down this path.
Married at first sight and it found us, and now, well, we're us.
I want this to be the ultimate love story.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
It's a history-making season of Married at First Sight, the show making moves to Peacock and Austin, Texas. And for the first time in its 19 seasons, features couples marrying in their golden age, and even a mother-daughter duo.
I'm getting married at first sight as well.
No way! I think my mom also marrying a stranger has been the coolest experience. Like, this has been my dream for her, to be able to have a partner one day, and to be able to go through this together the whole time is amazing. Like, I couldn't have picked a better scenario. It just feels crazy that we're even here, but it's exciting. We're so close, and I want this so bad for her, and I know she wants it for me as well, and I think that's what makes it so special.
I'm super excited to be one of the first older couples on Married at First Sight, and I hope that viewers take away the fact that it doesn't matter your age, you still have room to grow, and you can still grow with someone else and find love.
Yeah, I think we're gonna whip these little whippersnappers' asses. I mean, we may be older, but we ain't timid.
Seasoned, yes, we're seasoned.
Mature. No, I'm kidding.
I like seasoned.
Seasoned, a little salt, a little pepper. It's kind of crazy going into this experience. I was a little nervous about me being an older, more mature, seasoned person who I was going to get matched with. And also just the experts have focused on prior seasons on younger couples, and I was a little nervous, I would say, about like, how is this going to work with a more 55 plus, although everybody's going to know my age, aren't they, couple. And I kind of, once we got into the experience, once I met Pat, I'm very excited to share two things with viewers. And one is that it doesn't matter what your age, you can find true love. You can fall in love again, you can get married again. And then the second thing I would want to share is that it's still a lot of work. I mean, just because we are older, I think we bring our history with us, which is 40-ish years being adults. And I think that we've had to figure out how to navigate things. And I think some of our history has popped up and caused some roadblocks that maybe we weren't even aware of. But I also think with our experience, we've been able to navigate those roadblocks effectively.
Yeah, and I would say all of that I fully agree with. When I first met the other grooms at the bachelor party, I thought this was going to be all like couples in their 50s. So I don't know how I arrived at that, but I did. And so I was really pleasantly surprised because, you know, I think one of the things that I've gotten a lot of joy in my life is just being around younger people, you know, being able to just feed off their energy, and then also if they want, you know, provide some of, you know, advice if they ask for it or whatever, just based on my experience. And so that I feel like is really adds diversity to the show. I think, you know, all the shows or seasons that were younger people created some probably not great narratives. I mean, the world is diverse, and this is showing some of that diversity, and I think it's a great thing.
Are you excited to be living together?
I am excited to be living together.
Moving in together is interesting. You know, merging our lives together in this way, it's a pretty big deal. At this point in my life, I wanted to get married at first sight because I knew that there were experts involved that would help us through the relationship. And I also knew that there was matchmakers and that they would take time to find out about me, find out about the person they want to match me with, and they would find someone and just make it easier for me because dating at this age is tough.
Yes, I concur. Married at first sight to me just seems like it found me. I really believe there's some divine intervention there. I mean, I had no idea what it was. I'd never seen it. And it found me, and it found her, and it found us.
Hi.
Hi.
look beautiful.
Thank you. You look very handsome.
Thank you.
What were you thinking when you saw me?
The first time I saw Megan at the altar, I was blown away by how beautiful she was. And she had like these big, pretty eyes and this big smile. And I was instantly like relieved that, you know, I was attracted, and she also made me kind of laugh because she was nervous and made a comment. So I was pretty stoked.
I was super excited. So the first time I saw Derek, I peeked over the walkway, so I got a glimpse of him before he got one of me, and I was super excited to walk down, and I was definitely nervous, but his calming energy made me feel very comfortable.
There were a lot of things going through my mind. Initially just standing there, not knowing who's coming down the aisle, but then just seeing her warm smile and her dimples, that made things a lot easier. And we're still here.
Yeah. I was extremely nervous before I actually saw Will, and then when I saw him, just this like overwhelming sense of calm. And I saw him for the first time, and I mean, he's an incredibly handsome man, so yeah, I was very happy once I saw him.
When I walked down the aisle and I saw Josh, I just thought he looked so sweet. You were very teary-eyed, and it just looked very nice, and he looked like a very sweet guy, and he was definitely easy on the eyes.
So, who was crying at the altar? It was 100% me.
Definitely.
I was crying at the altar, on the way to the altar, your way to the altar. I cried a lot that day.
Yeah. Seeing Josh cry as I walked down the aisle was great. It was not what I expected because, you know, my husband wasn't gonna know who I was, so there shouldn't have been that much emotional feelings, I thought. But that was always my goal one day, to have my husband sobbing his face off at the other side, so it worked well. Yeah.
You manifested that one.
Yeah, I did.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, man. I feel like this just got real for me.
Oh my gosh!
All right.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It's really nice.
That just took my breath away. We're officially living together.
We are. I know.
I think going into this next step of living together is going to be exciting, but also very telling. Like, once you live with somebody, that you start to learn everything about them and how they are day to day and how you guys interact every day, and it definitely takes everything to a deeper level.
I mean, to be honest, like, I agree with you, but from the very beginning, like, we've just had this ability to just be able to communicate so well. Like, I personally am not really all that worried about much living together. I think it's gonna be great. I mean, like, we're definitely gonna see the things that are, you know, that are different about each other, but I'm really not all that concerned about it being a problem for us. Just our ability to communicate so effectively, like, you know, throughout the honeymoon and even on our wedding day and like the days after that, like, our ability to communicate has just been amazing. Like, every little bitty thing that has come up, we've been able to just talk and just work through it so easily. And that's what I'm most thankful for. That was the number one thing I wanted from a partner, was just an effective communicator, and I got that, so.
I think I'm very confident in us being able to grow our relationship once we do start living together. And yeah, it'll be fun. He'll get to see my cooking, and that'll be a whole thing. So it'll be exciting. It'll be fun.
Moving in together, I'm nervous to see if she sleeps under the bed sheets or if she wears socks when she's walking around. You know, just the little things, because some people don't do those things. So I'm interested to see what she does.
I'm nervous because I've never lived with anyone before, or I've never lived with a man before. So just like understanding space and just like little quirks that he has and quirks that I have, and are they gonna mesh? I might be a little like OCD when it comes to how I like things organized. Like, if there's a picture that's hanging up and I can see that it's not straight, like, that will bother me, so I'd have to fix it. And also just like making sure that the space is pretty tidy, I'd say.
Yeah, you always mention, I think when we moved in, the fridge, like, oh, hey.
Yeah, the fridge wasn't straight, and like that bothered me, so.
So are you like a shoes off in the house kind of person?
Normally?
Okay.
What? No, you live here too.
One thing I haven't told you about my living style is probably that I will leave dishes in the sink overnight.
One thing I've noticed about you is that you will leave dishes in the sink overnight.
I am most nervous about transitioning with us both being very independent and me having a dog and us living in a new place together.
The things I'm most nervous about are pretty similar. You know, we've both been single for a long time. We haven't lived with someone for a long time, and it's going to be a big transition. You know, we've already gone through a few big transitions over the last week, like getting married and going on our honeymoon. And this is now like, okay, how are we going to be in normal life living together? Megan has a dog. I'm not used to living with a pet all the time, and I think there's going to be some things that we need to figure out about each other. But overall, I think we're pretty excited.
I'm OCD and I like things really clean. You probably did not pick up on that from the honeymoon.
I feel like you haven't seen me watching like late night YouTube videos or anything that I sometimes do, so that would be a new thing for you.
Or you breaking out the Lysol when I go to sleep.
Lysol?
It's a thing.
Yeah, I'm a freak about Lysol.
He loves it.
I think what surprised me the most was how much we felt comfortable with each other from the very beginning. You know, I was pretty nervous about getting married at first sight and what the matchmakers were going to be able to come up with, and I think I felt relieved, and more than I thought I was going to be, that we felt a pretty instant connection.
I would say that I pretty much came into it with like rose-colored glasses and pretty naive in the fact that like it would be all like love and butterflies, and real life is a lot harder than that. And so meeting somebody at first sight, getting married, it's more work than one would think, but I think it's been like a blessing that it has been that way.
I've learned a few things, but one being that it's important to try to show some emotion. I'm not too much of an expressive person, so I'm not giving you a bunch of body movements, eye movements, or face, neck, or anything. So just working on that, because for some people, I mean, they need everything. They need different levels rather than just what your words you're saying.
I think the biggest thing that I've learned is just that I'm actually not a great communicator like I thought that I was. So that's been a challenge to discover about myself, but something that I'm working on.
I think it's definitely surprising seeing how easily I was so comfortable with Josh, and just how very sparky it was at the beginning, and that shouldn't usually be the case meeting a brand new stranger, but it's felt like I've known you for a very long time, and it's felt like we've already been together for like years, and that's crazy to me.
For us to have these feelings so quickly is definitely extremely surprising to me. I wasn't expecting it to come so quickly, but I think it's just been like, we've really done a good job of like meeting each other. And you know, one of the favorite things that I heard like in the process getting here was, you know, that there were no brakes on this car. You know, like we're going into this, we're getting married, and you know, like there is no putting the brakes on things. Like you just go in, be yourself, always be yourself. And I just feel like her and I have done a fantastic job of just never putting on the brakes, because literally neither one of us have ever put the brakes on in this relationship. And I think it really shows. I'm in love with her. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
I love you too. That's how I feel.
I think for me, you know, being divorced for 25 years, I have a very full, happy life. I have a beautiful tribe of friends and family that I'm very close to. I have 4 beautiful granddaughters, 4 amazing children who have amazing significant others. And so I felt my life was very full. I didn't feel like there was a hole that I needed to fill by having a partner, having my person, or having a husband. But I wanted somebody that, you know, to go to the theater with, someone to call when something exciting happened, someone, you know, someone's shoulder to cry on when I was going through a difficult time. And so just watching, you know, my My mom and her husband have been married 42 years. My sister and her husband, almost 40. My best friend, Lynn and Lisa, were together for a long time. I spent a lot of time with them. Did a lot of threesome stuff together, them and me, tagging along. And I wanted my Lynn, I wanted my Tommy, I wanted my person. And happens that marriage is a part of that. And actually, it's been really interesting learning to say the word husband. Yeah, it sounds weird, but it also sounds right, I would say.
I hope viewers take away that we don't have it like all figured out, everybody is on their journey. We're individually on our journey, and we are together on this journey. I had no delusion this would be easy. I didn't know the ways that it would be hard, but I fully expected it to be. But I have a lot of confidence in us and in our ability to navigate that. Some of that's experience, some of it's just being open-minded, being willing to roll with it, or figure it out. I mean, realize, admit that we have some areas we need to work on, and then committing ourselves individually and as a couple to work on those things. Because we're in this for the long haul, this isn't just some kind of stunt or, let's just have fun for a few months on somebody else's nickel. I mean, this is the long haul. We're gonna make this work.